All right, I got a special guest today. Can you please tell my audience what your name is?
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm with Bear Nuckle Brewing Company.
Bear Nuckle Brewing, and you also are the owner of what else?
Bear Nuckle Training Center.
Bear Nuckle Training Center. He's got a brewery and a gymnasium. So, right now, can you tell us what we got cooking?
Sure, first off, I want to say big fan of the channel.
Thank you.
Right now, we're just heating up some water, about 4.5 gallons of regular water with a pH balancer, kind of like the secret deodorant that's strong enough for a man, pH balanced for a woman,
okay.
But this pH balanced for beer.
Okay.
So we're just going to heat that up to get our mash going.
So do you actually put that, you confused me with the deodorant. Is it deodorant?
All it is some enzymes you put in your water. It brings your pH balance up to the right what you need beer for.
It's safe, it's edible.
It is edible. You don't want to eat it, but it's safe to put in water and drink.
Awesome. So this is going to take, what, about 3 minutes or so?
A little bit more than that. We're probably looking at another 10 minutes it'll be ready, and then we'll bring it over to our mash tun, which is where all of our grains and water are going to go. This is what you use for a small all-grain brewing at home. They're much, much larger at breweries.
What do we do with the sprocket?
So this is just your on and off valve. So once we're ready to move it from the mash tun to the boil kettle, we just turn that on ever so slightly and get a slow trickle of what's called the wort.
Trickles.
Yes.
Awesome.
What is that? Oh my gosh, you caught a rat.
That's what happens when you...
Right now we're just heating up some water, about 4.5 gallons of regular water with a pH balancer. Here's the directions for it if you want to see those. Some of them are wrong on there because it tries to say 60 minutes for the boil, but it's 90.
How do you say this word? CO2? Cold? No.
Perfect. That's going to be hot.
Pot holders. Pot holders. We have them. I know we do. Obviously, I don't know where that is.
So now we're bringing the, what did you call it?
This is just water.
Okay. You're bringing the water, the hot water, into the Gatorade bucket.
Yes, into the mash tun.
Mash tun. Mash tun?
Tun. T-U-N.
Tun. T-U-N.
So all we're doing is just going to pick it up here. You got to be careful because it's just super, super hot.
Do you work out?
Every once in a blue moon.
That is hot.
It's about 180 degrees right now.
Good thing you closed your sprocket.
Yes, we don't want that leaking all over the place because you can burn your hardwood floors.
Well, I'm just renting.
All this is going to do is heat up for maybe 5 minutes. So the mash tun will be heated, the water will cool down, and we'll be ready for the grain.
Now I am concerned with that. Is it gonna compress and implode?
No, no compression imploding.
Okay. You're pouring in cereal?
So this is grain.
Grain.
Yep. So it actually is edible. So here, go ahead and open your mouth. I'll feed you here. So literally, it tastes just like grain.
Okay.
And this is 17 pounds of a base malt. Go ahead. And a carapils it's called. So these are all fermentable, meaning these are going to give us the sugars that we need to make beer.
Now fermenting, I don't think I can understand.
Okay, so fermenting is when we put yeast inside the wort and it starts to eat all the sugars that are in here. Go ahead and stir a little bit faster. And then the yeast eats the sugar and makes beer, or makes alcohol.
Now with the yeast, can I, by digesting it, can I get infected?
No, these are good yeast cells.
Okay, what about the warts?
You don't get warts. It's wort. It means unfermented beer. It's not like your warts you would get from kissing a toad or anything.
Okay. Not that I've ever done that, but I did have a wart one time on my finger.
Guys knows how to do it all grain, and they told me.
Did you close this?
I didn't close it. Did I close it? Wait a minute. All we're gonna do is set a timer now, 1 specific hour. And that is going to give us the sugars we need to boil beer.
Okay, so now we're about to start sparging.
Can you exemplify on that a little bit?
Sure, so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the water off of the grains, which is now wort, but we're also gonna do what's called prime sparging. So we're gonna turn this on just a little bit. You see how there's these grains mixed in with the beer?
I'm getting a little closer, Ron.
See how there's the grains mixed in there? So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull that off and we're actually gonna put it back on because we want this to be as grain-free as possible.
Clear.
Yes. It's not gonna be super clear like when you're looking through a bottle or anything, but that'll come with age.
Okay.
Turn that down just a little bit. We wanna get about 2 quarts off. Actually, you can tell right there. See how that's a little bit more clear than it was?
I do.
Okay. So now we're gonna just take this and let it go like a waterfall into our bucket. And we're gonna put this right back on top. Hear all that wholesome deliciousness going. Right back on top. We're gonna do that one more time.
What happens if you drink this?
Nothing. Actually, it's very good. It's like a very sweet tea. Do you have a cup? I'll let you sample it. And it's gonna be a hot tea.
Yeah. Well, we don't have cups here.
So let me see your thing here.
That won't melt.
Nope, it won't melt because it's.
But do I need to let it cool?
Nope. Go ahead and just blow on it a little bit.
It smells like shiitake mushroom.
You may get a little mushroom in there, but I promise you there's no bad stuff in there. They're not bad mushrooms.
It's actually not bad.
Literally, all this is right now is unfermented beer. And that's pretty clear right there. So this is going to be the last one we do with that. And all we're going to do is let it start draining like that. Now, I do have a bucket of water right here that's about 185, 200 degrees. And that is going to help put extra water in it for boiling. And we're actually going to turn this down just a little bit.
Craig?
Craig. So you, like if you were going to fall.
You're deep. You're deep.
You know, I try. The better you understand things, the better beer you have.
I've said that same exact quotation many times.
Beer changes the world. So remember when you were bringing up your nail clippings? This one would be for energy.
Already got an investor. Already
Super
got
happy.
one.
You know what? I'm going to say 10% of proceeds we make from this beer, we're going to put towards that.
Trust me. I believe it. You believe it.
So,
all right.
All right. So, guys, we'll be back. Until then, don't go nowhere.
Alright, so what we're about to do is take the specific gravity of the beer. Basically, I'm going to drop this into the cylinder, and it's going to float and tell me what our starting gravity is. Now, what a starting gravity is tell us how much sugar we have in the beer right now.
I'm confused.
In the wort, I'm sorry, not the beer.
This is so confusing because in school I was always taught that Newton's law said gravity, you drop it, it falls. And you're talking about sugar gravity.
Yes.
This is the difference.
There is a difference. So the sugar that's in there is actually going to make this hydrometer float. If that makes any sense.
You know what? I understand completely. Go ahead.
Okay, so perfect. Because when the beer is done fermenting, it's going to drop lower, and the average of those is going to give us our alcohol content. So we're going to just nice and gently put this in here and just watch it. Look at that. Look at that. So now we're going to wait till it gets to an average. Okay, I think we got what we're looking for there. So it's right at about 1.068, which is perfect. That means that when our beer is hopefully done fermenting, we'll be at about a 6 to 7% alcohol.
All right, so now, can you tell us what we're doing?
Absolutely. So right now we're just going to separate the hops out because we need to be ready when the boil starts, right?
Get down, Ronnie.
Because, you know, the IPAs have lots of hops. And if you smell it, it's just a plant.
Oh, man.
You get a little citrus in there.
I like it.
Okay.
Looks like fish food.
Herb, if you want to come here and get a little picture of that right there, that's what a hop is. That's called a pellet hop.
Pellet hop.
Which are edible, but I don't recommend it.
Write it down.
Now we're going to measure out 2.5 ounces of these Amarillo
Come
hops.
over here and get this, Ronnie. Get this. Get up above it. Get up above it. What am I paying you for?